Hey sippers, thank you for joining us for Cocktails and Conversations with the Twist. Remember, while we're spilling, grab your cocktails and start sipping. Ladies, tonight we'll be educating you all on the truths and reevaluating the myths about how to properly care for your lady parts, your kitty, muffin, flower, vajayjay, whatever you want to call it. It's up for discussion. We'll also be spilling about Steven Spielberg's daughter, Michaela Spielberg, scandalous new profession. Stay tuned.
We are here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Make sure you're following us on Facebook and Instagram at Cocktails and Conversations. And most importantly, do not forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode. Also, remember, we still have our bedazzled flasks for sale. Purchasing info will be in the description box below. Tonight's featured cocktail is easy to make, and all it takes is 3 ingredients to make this delicious cocktail, the watermelon margarita. Who knew watermelon and a margarita made such a great combination? Make sure you tag us if you try this drink, and drink details will be in the description box below.
Our special guest tonight is Brittany, CEO of Bella BT. She specializes in vaginal care. She's the go-to girl for all your vaginal steams and more.
Thank you for having me. My name is Brittany McDonald. I'm a licensed esthetician and entrepreneur. I have my own website, www.bellabt.com, where you can purchase various feminine care products, skincare products, detox teas, and more. I also have a shop, a physical store. You can shop at the store in Fort Myers. Also, you can come in and get a V-steam and also get a facial. So check me out.
Thank you again for being on our show. So you have a vaginal steaming business. How long have you been in business?
So I've been in business for about 4 to 5 years now. I started with TLC. It was like an affiliate marketing situation where I had my own website and I sold like holistic products and detox products. And that kind of gave me the courage to start up my own store. So the first product I put in my own store was the V-steam. Okay. So I saw like a need for like feminine care products that were also herbal tea kind of along that line, and I knew I had like a big female following, so I was like, what can I give them? So I started the V-steam.
Okay. Now you mentioned that you have a big following. How did you incorporate your following?
Honestly, when I was selling the tea, it was like lose 5 pounds in 5 days, and we had of course the before and after pictures. So between the good pictures, good captions, and networking, it honestly just happened.
Soared from there?
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
And how does the V-steam work?
So the V-steam, it's basically a blend of herbs that you will put in a pot of water. You boil the herbs, then you let it steep, and then you either put the pot or the bowl, you lift your toilet seat, you sit it under there, and you sit over the steam. That's the concept. So the steam is carrying the medicinal benefits of the herbs to your body, and that's how we can claim the benefits. Like rejuvenate your vagina,
Right.
detox, help with cramps, and stuff like that.
Do you have a Caribbean background?
I don't, but people always assume that.
Yeah, because that's something in our culture, the Haitian culture, called bang.
Oh,
like
yeah.
after you give birth, they want to let you have to
sit
sit
over
on
a
a
bucket.
bucket.
So there's a series of leaves. What they do is the same thing. The series of leaves, they
Yeah.
actually beat your body with it. Like literally, I mean like hit you all over your chest, your back. It's painful, right? I don't know. You have kids?
No.
Okay, so you know how your body tends to be a little sore after giving birth, and what they'll do, they'll take these leaves and they'll beat you all throughout your body to kind of loosen up your joints,
Yeah.
and then on top of that, have you sit over the steaming bucket. And I'm glad that you asked her that, Prem, because that was one of the things that I was going to ask you. I feel as if the Haitian culture has had this for so long, and here it is. We have someone you're American.
Yeah.
Now you're capitalizing off of this.
Yeah.
What allowed you, or how did you actually enter this market? How do you know about this? I know that you said it right there in the detox, but how do you really know about this?
I started as a consumer. I was just using it. I purchased from another lady who was selling it. And so a lot of the information she had, I was reading up on the information she provided, and then I also went on my own and read things on my own. And I learned that it started in ancient Egypt, and then it moved across South Asia, and then it moved across over here, you know, Caribbean and other places. So it's actually started like a long time ago, like I guess the BC times, like really long time ago. Women would do it. So, and then it spread across cultures, and I was like, now it's more modern. Now you could go to spas and stuff like that.
Yes,
So,
I'm seeing that.
yeah. So
Do you have a spa?
I have a spot inside a salon.
Okay.
So basically, yeah, they could come in and get V-steams and facials.
Okay.
Is this your actual salon?
No.
Are you looking in the future to incorporate or open up your own salon?
Maybe longer down the line when I'm more like trying to not retire, but slow down.
Okay.
Maybe open it up and have other girls in there.
Oh, yes. That'd be really
That'd
nice.
be real nice. Where's your background? Are you originally from South Florida? Where
I am born and raised in Miami. My dad is Kenyan. My mother is 100% American. So, yeah. Girl, yeah.
Yeah, we're African, yes.
So where do you reside now?
I live in Fort Myers.
Well, that's a big change coming from, I'm sorry, ladies, I'm just joking because
Yeah.
you're from Miami, you move up to Fort Myers. What
Right.
led you to the change?
So for a couple of years, me and my husband, we wanted to move and just get a new scenery just because his struggles with jobs and my struggles with jobs and just not feeling like we fit in or it's just not our home. I just can't really pinpoint one thing. Just overall, we wanted a new start. So we just looked at different places, and then we ultimately decided we don't want to leave Florida. So we said, let's stop at, he had a couple of job interviews lined up, and one was in like Kissimmee. It was just a few. So we went to Fort Myers for one job, and he had another one lined up somewhere else, but he got the job in Fort Myers, so we just stayed there. Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, I like it as much as it could be liked.
But I'm pretty sure you're the only one that does the V-steam, so that's like
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
You're
right.
dominating that whole
Area.
population. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we are known, just like New Yorkers, the people who reside in Miami or Fort Lauderdale, to be born hustlers. Like,
Right.
right, we have jobs, and on top of having jobs, we have
Hustle
different
on the
side
side.
business. There you go. So, you know, coming from that background to enter into the Fort Myers, I'm pretty sure you're just dominant.
Standing out. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh my God, this girl, you know.
Did they embrace you or welcoming arms?
Yeah,
'Cause
absolutely. Honestly, I was actually very shocked by that because I was like, where I'm from, you know, people look at you like, girl, get out my face. But
Pretty,
you know.
pretty much.
the shop I'm at, the way I met them and the way they had open arms and just was so uplifting, it's really a blessing.
That's where you're supposed to be.
Right.
But yeah.
Now, what other services did you say that you offer at your shop? Well, the shop that you work at?
I also do facials. So throughout my little journey of having the V-steams on the website, I wanted to do it physically where girls could come in, get the service done. So I was like, what kind of license should I get? I really didn't know. So I did some research, and they said, you know, if you become a skin specialist, because it kind of touches the skin, you can be regulated by that and have, you know, I guess protection under that license. So and when I became an esthetician, I kind of fell in love with giving facials. So I was like, why not?
I know you just recently, Lachey, you asked me regarding a skincare special or esthetician.
I was
Yes,
looking for
esthetician.
one.
I love getting skin peels,
Oh, yeah.
but you know, skin peels can be very harsh on the
Oh,
skin,
yeah,
so
for sure.
you know, I have to watch out for that. But I love working with estheticians, especially ones who are knowledgeable and
Yeah.
work with people of our skin color, because a lot
Right.
of women, I feel, are giving skincare advice, or they're providing facials, but they don't really know the skin
Right.
or the understanding, the education behind a black woman's skin. So
Absolutely.
I know that with the younger generation, you know, it's so, you know, a lot of women are so prone to, not even younger generation, a lot of women in general are so prone to getting makeup done and so on and so forth. They forget about really taking care of
Of
their
the
personal skin.
Yeah.
So do you provide education classes, or what
I
do
don't
you?
have like classes per se, but if you do book an appointment, we definitely have a one-on-one conversation about your history, your concerns, and what you can do to enhance your skin overall.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how far did you say Fort Myers is from here?
It's like, what, 100 and something miles? It's like a 2-hour drive.
not bad.
I have to book an appointment. Because I just texted, I think both of them or her, like, I'm looking for somebody for facials.
Yeah.
Because I want to start doing
Did I send it to you?
that. You tagged me for
Oh,
somebody.
okay. I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I hope I did tag you.
No, you didn't. Actually, you didn't.
Or if you're in the Fort Myers area, make sure you check out my girl.
That's right.
She's going to get you right. She's going to get the vajayjay right and your face.
That's right.
We have all shared how important it is to protect your energy. But tonight we're here to discuss how to protect your inner V. We all have been taught how to care for our lady parts from information that has been passed down from mamas, grandmas, aunties, even cousins. But what is the real T on the V?
So the T on the V is, it's a very gentle part of our bodies, and a lot of us, we think we need to do so much work just to cleanse it and maintain it, but honestly, it's really easy. When it comes to like feminine care, a lot of girls who I run into and clients and customers, you know, they come in with like yeast infections or like their pH balance is off, and a lot of times it really doesn't take much to maintain it. Like if you have a nice, simple feminine wash and you maintain it that way, yeah. Okay.
So you've come across a whole bunch of situations with women, and what is your? Of course, we client. What is it? I don't want to break client and HIPAA. Confidentiality.
Yeah.
But what is one of the craziest situations that you've actually come across?
Okay, so the way they DM me, they are very candid. Like they will DM me and say, girl, I just had sex last night and when I was done, it smelled so fishy. Like they are very open. So let me see, the craziest thing I've ever heard. Honestly, I get a lot of inboxes about BV and yeast infections and odor, which to me isn't too crazy. So really it's not that crazy to me.
So is this, do you recommend this over taking antibiotics? Because I thought for example, BV, things like that, you have to take antibiotics to clear that up.
So a lot of my clients be like, hey, I took the antibiotic, I finished, and it came back, and it came back, and I took another antibiotic, and it came back. So I was like, what's the point of the antibiotic? Is it really killing it? You know, what's going on here? So some girls who do the V-steam, instead of taking the antibiotics, they said it doesn't come back.
It's better for
So,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
More natural.
Yeah.
What's your take on the V? On the V.
Well, one thing I will say, because I had someone tell me, a friend tell me, you do have to be careful with your sex partners. Like a lot of people get BV if they have a new sex partner.
This is true.
And also oral sex. You got to make sure the person got great dental hygiene because, yeah, I know a girl.
No, for real.
She had a guy go down on her the next day. She was like itching and all of that, and she had BV.
Or what he ate that day or something.
Well, he ate her and whatever. Whatever he was eating that day didn't sit well.
It didn't sit well with her. No. So yeah.
Have you ever heard of that?
I have. Some people say even if you give him oral and then he goes inside of you, even what you had in your mouth could give you something. Wait, was that too much?
Nah, girl, honey, listen, we gotta let the people.
When you said no, that's for you to taste with the guy with the finger.
Yes, you like it's sensitive down there, so you just have to be. Yeah. And that's why I don't understand all these women like bragging about, you know, oh, I got head and all of this stuff. And it's like, you letting all these men put their mouth on you? Like, it's sensitive down there.
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah.
I know that, and I don't know if you've ran into situations like that. There are some women, because I have friends that are like that, and I used to, and maybe you can shed light into why this was happening. Well, now I know why. I'm as an older. I'm a woman now, so I used to have this situation where with my sexual partner, out of nowhere, he would just literally throw it off, like. So what I had to do, he'd throw off my balance, all the time, and it got to a point I'm like, dude, you giving me an STD? And I had to go check myself out, and it wasn't nothing of that nature. But I noticed that I had to So I started taking a whole bunch of antibiotics, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. So what I, in research doing, ended up finding out that boric acid. So I do my own concoction of whatever I need to do, whatever. And once in a while, I have to slip it in. It's like something that I make. I'll give y'all the details.
Okay.
So I slip it in, but it kind of, it's boric acid and sometimes coconut oil.
Oh, wow.
And put it in the capsule, and I put it inside of me. And it's also good when you've actually just had like intercourse. You know, you just kind of pop it in, because I don't know, people ain't gonna get graphic, but I'm gonna get graphic with y'all because I know y'all want to know. Sometimes when you do get into when you have intercourse, sometimes you'll find that women will find that, you know, your balance is thrown off, and you do kind of get that. You get that.
Yeah.
And I sometimes have that situation, so I'll pop it in. And I have one of my girlfriends, and one time she was telling me, and I'm like, girl, that's nothing. Let me tell you what I do. And she, matter of fact, she just called me the other day for some, but she says that she gets it all the time. Is there a reason why that happens for certain women?
Honestly, it feels like it's extremely common.
Yeah, because
I mean,
I'm
it's
looking for my
so
peripheral
common.
vision. With Lachey, she looking at me like, girl, what?
What?
You get a what? And a when you get it?
No, because I feel like that's for married couples. I'm not married, so I'm not doing that.
Doing what?
Doing what?
Unprotected sex.
Oh.
So yeah.
Do you think, hold on, do you think you only get that when it's
Yes, 'cause
unprotected?
it's bodily
Yes.
fluid.
So,
I didn't even think about that.
and I
Yeah,
feel
it's
like
bodily
when
fluid.
the guy is sexually active with other women, because I used to get yeast infections back to back, because I used to have unprotected sex with this the person I was with, and I was tired. Like, it's something wrong with you. I know it's not me.
Right.
It's you that's throwing me off.
And the thing about BV is that it's not, the men can't pass it.
Exactly.
It's passed between women. So if he has sex with another woman, it can pass to the woman, but it doesn't pass to the man.
Gotcha.
So yeah, so it's just, that's probably why it keeps reoccurring, because he keep passing it back and forth. But
would
yeah,
that turn into
That makes a lot of sense.
ovarian cancer, you think?
I've seen, is it, I've
Because
seen,
if you keep getting, you know,
but it's not a STD.
it's not.
It's just an overgrowth of bad
Bacteria.
bacteria. Yeah.
Which our bodies is made of bacteria. I don't think it's that deep.
okay.
I don't know. I just feel like it's really common, and it's, I don't want to say it's a way of life. That just sounds bad. But it just seems like, is it wrong? Because so many women
It's something we go
experience
through.
it.
Right.
Well, a lot of women, and that's the reason why, you know, having these shows is is so important, because a lot of women are not educated. BV is not an STD, ladies.
It's definitely not.
It's not an STD.
It's not.
But I'm not going to say I never went through it, because when I was with my son's father, I noticed that whenever we would have unprotected sex, I would always have a smell the next day. Oh my
Pop
gosh,
that
I
little
can't believe I'm
capsule.
saying this.
Girl, listen. No.
But after that, I told him, I was like, I don't think the chemistry doesn't go together. So I'm like, we got to use condoms every time.
What about the myth about you should urine right after sex?
That's true. I think you should do that.
And that'll help the odor not
I
come
go right
back
to
or
sleep.
No, because I notice whenever I don't, I will get a UTI.
Girl, I was just about to say
Yes.
that.
Those things.
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Me either. Me either.
Well, knock on wood, I ain't never get one of those, sis.
Really? Yes. I've noticed that. Like, if I don't go right after, then the next morning I'll have this this feeling, and it turns into a UTI.
Yep.
So, well, can we say that it's not really necessarily a fact then? It's a myth, because I've never gotten it. I'm telling y'all, I just roll
The
over and go
UTI.
right to sleep.
Yeah.
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 And you wake up, you good.
But I think it's when maybe it
Pop
happens
over
when
the
you
capsule.
have to already
but you do
go
have to.
use the pee,
Uh-huh.
but you don't, and you have sex.
No, sis, because
I
I think
don't know.
in the process of doing it,
Do
you
you
might piss
pee?
yourself.
Do you pee before you have sex?
Sis, no, I don't be
No.
thinking about
I don't
that.
even remember.
Me either. So,
I think it's that, because I'm just recalling that one time that it was really bad. That was the last UTI I had, and it was because I
So
had
hold
to
on,
use-
you had to use it, but you didn't.
But it was like in the middle. I think maybe like I had to
Listen,
use
give
it. I
her
knew I had to
time,
use
'cause
it.
this was like how many years ago? 10 years ago? This was 10 years ago.
It wasn't. So I think it was like probably the second round.
Oh, girl, you was a rolling stone, huh?
So then, yeah, so I had to use the bathroom and I didn't. And then I just remember like, and then I went to sleep and I just waking
I
up.
think that might cause
The-
the
yes,
UTI
it-
for sure. Yeah.
So when you have a UTI, what is it? Burn?
It's like you have to use the bathroom, but it's like a little bit of heat that drop.
It's nothing
And
coming
then
out.
it's like kind of painful.
it
like
hurts. Your bladder hurts.
yeah, I can't
For
even.
real?
Yes.
Look, you
No.
reliving this?
They suck.
Yeah.
They do.
You've experienced UTI?
Are yeast infections normal? Because I used to.
I've heard they're normal. They're more normal than we think they are. So sometimes you can get them from tight clothes. Apparently, it's because of a lack of oxygen getting to your vagina. So when it comes to the tight clothes, I never knew a yeast infection could come from sex. So
I have like a question. Because when I see these girls on Instagram, like the video models, the rappers, they wear these tight clothes all the time. I love Meg Thee Stallion.
yeah,
But what I always say in my head when I see her is, how she don't get yeast infections? Because her pants are always so
super tight. Yeah, that's
And
what I
that
be
is going to
thinking.
cause the yeast infection, right?
Yeah, it will.
Or I was thinking
can.
maybe I was just so sensitive. Like those Victoria's Secret panties, the 5 for $25. I don't know if they raised the price to $29 because I stopped buying them because
You know the exact amount, sis?
yes, because I've noticed that it throws my pH balance off, and
Right.
discharge is normal, but it's a certain kind of discharge. You have to know your vagina.
Yeah.
That's the proper, like, you have to know like what is good discharge and what is like out of the normal. So I would notice when I don't know what material, nylon or but I don't know,
Probably
but
spandex or
spandex,
something.
yeah, like no, I
Right.
need 100% cotton.
Cotton.
That's my favorite.
Right.
Yes.
So it can breathe.
So I've never had that situation happen with underwear. Like for the longest, all I wear is like thongs and G-strings, and I never I've heard women say that depending on what underwear they wear.
Yeah.
Of course, I do have discharge. Of course, like every other woman. So some women, I think they're embarrassed to say it. It's normal, ladies. Everybody has
It's
discharge.
definitely normal.
But my underwear has never played a factor on.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine has, because I bought these underwear. They were like a stocking material, so they didn't
They
have.
thick?
I bought them because they suck in the stomach.
Right.
But in the seat of them, it didn't have the cotton. Like most underwear in the seat will have the cotton in. So I think it held the moisture more
Yeah.
than like a cotton underwear
Right.
would dry it up.
Right.
But I like the best feeling when you wear jeans, don't wear underwear.
Yeah, that is. It is.
It's not going to
It feels so good.
rub against you.
No, it's
Girl,
just
Shay
a
up
good
there having
it is
orgasms while walking.
I have a friend that
No,
doesn't
you
wear
don't.
underwear.
But it breathes much
It does.
better.
Yeah.
Like you could feel the air. It
I've
feels
heard that
good.
with dresses. I've never heard that with
Nah,
jeans.
that's a
No,
little
I've never
nice.
tried it with a dress.
Cause that's
For real? I do that all the time.
Too subconscious.
yeah,
Yeah.
me too. I'll be like, what about somebody come behind me? I don't know.
So can I tell you something funny?
What?
So because I'm so used to not wearing underwear, right? So sometimes I'll forget, because sometimes I'll just throw on a dress, if I'm at the house, I don't need to put on no underwear. So sometimes because I live literally right behind Publix. So I'll find myself running to go to Publix, right? So I'll go to Publix, and then when I come home, let's say if I had to do something and I'm taking off my clothes, my husband will say, you went to Publix with no underwear on? And I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize. And I think it's become second nature. No, it's dangerous because when you think about it, how about if I fell in the store? No, how about if I fell, my whole behind gonna be out. But I don't think about it because,
Yeah.
It's a habit.
Yeah, but it feels good, to just let it breathe.
It
So
does.
try it,
I'll
ladies.
try it.
But so back to the V-steaming.
Yes.
So I hear it's good for after period, right? So
Yes.
what about the brown blood?
So the brown
That's
blood
like the most
is-
disgusting thing.
Yeah.
to me.
The smell.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's basically old blood that traveled down your uterus all the way down, to your your vagina and out of the body. However, it took a longer trip. So it's deoxygenated, it's dark, it's brown. If you V-steam the week your period, let's say your period is coming on Wednesday, you V-steam on Monday, it'll ensure that you have a healthy oxygenated blood flow, and you won't have any PMS, any like, you know how some women have a period before the period, like that, those 2 days of just cramps and PMS but no blood.
Okay.
It kind of will help prevent that phase.
I have a week of that.
Yeah, you know. So it'll prevent that phase, and it'll prevent the the end of it when you have those extra 2 days of just the brown old blood. And it's like, why does this take 2 weeks? It shouldn't take 2 weeks. So.
Okay.
I have a question for you, Brittany. Okay, so when you take, there are certain birth controls that you take, or certain people take certain birth controls. I was one of those people that when I took birth control, I didn't have a period at all. Right? It took a while before my period actually kicked in. I don't know if you're knowledgeable about this or not, but when I eventually kicked in, it was just normal.
Yeah.
But my question to you is, especially you saying, you know, the blood coming out on your menstrual cycle, the brown, you know, taking a longer trip. What happens to the blood that's not coming out when you're on these different birth controls? Like,
so birth control, it's a hormone game. It's altering your hormones. So your brain isn't getting that signal to say bleed. That's why. It's not like the blood's hiding somewhere. It's just not coming out because the hormones that need to kick in to give your, I think the pineal gland, the signal to start your period doesn't happen.
That's not healthy.
It's not. Definitely on long-term periods and stuff like that.
it's not.
It's not.
But how about women who don't have, like, I know certain women who don't have periods. I said periods, period. Period. No,
Period.
no, the women who don't have periods, like, you said it's not good, but what is it actually doing?
Well, it's not good only in the sense that it's technically not imbalancing your hormones, but it's tricking them. So in the long run, some women who get off birth control after 10 years and they're trying to have a baby and they're like, oh my God, it took so long because I was on birth control so long. Some women, it doesn't. They kick in and they just have a baby. I don't know. It's just Mother Nature sometimes. But the birth control, the way it works is it alters your hormones and your body's responding to the hormones. So I assume that, or it's been said that in the long run, it messes up your balance, and that's how it affects you not getting your period back right away or not being able to have kids right away. So, yeah.
I have another question too, because this I like this topic. Right? How about the women who, because I experienced that a lot, you know, in high school and in middle school, a lot of these younger girls really didn't know how to properly clean themselves, and they would be walking around smelling like fish, like real dead fish. But I, for the life of me, I couldn't understand why they didn't smell it. Everybody else smelled it. No, y'all never had someone,
because I don't think they smell what's on them. Just
I
like
worked
people
with
with
somebody like that. She smelled like fish, and like her whole desk area smelled like fish.
Man.
Her cubicle.
Oh.
Yeah.
like
And-
they
and
get
like
off the seat and the
some-
seat still smell like fish.
Yeah, and then like she'll have a question, and then she'll want you to come sit in her chair. Oh, you can sit here and work on her computer. And
you never told her anything.
well, okay, so I got this one friend, and she used to work with me, and she's very outspoken. And she used to sit outside, and the lady would sit outside, and she was like, she called the lady name, and she was like, "You don't smell that." She was like, "You don't smell that. You have a real bad odor." And that's how she, the lady, she was like a Jewish white lady.
Oh, they don't believe in,
And
so it's
so-
different.
They don't shave and stuff, right?
Yeah, and they
No,
don't
she
believe in
didn't shave or
deodorant, and if she's
And
Because
so-
hair tracks the
Orthodox.
odor, too.
yes.
She just basically told her, like, as a woman, you need to do this, and gave her pointers on different things to do. Like, if you have sex, you need to bathe right after and clean yourself and this and that.
You got a bathe right?
That's what you should do, they say.
Yeah, but so, because like some people, their body will retain the odor, and that's probably was her case. So she was just giving her different pointers, and she took it well. Because I had another friend who worked at the company was like, oh, do you think we should get her a basket of Bath and Body Works things?
Yeah.
I was like, no, don't do that.
So ever since that talk, she
Did it change?
yeah.
I don't recall.
You don't smell
So
it?
she left the company,
No,
basically.
I left the company. So I can't remember.
Oh, okay, you can't
I
remember.
can't remember, but yeah, everybody in the company knew that she smelled like fish.
Wow.
That is so
And I think
disgusting.
my friend was the only person to tell her that.
Well, that was my question. So is it because these women aren't cleaning themselves right?
It can be because you're not cleaning yourself right, and apparently, like if you have sex, you're supposed to wipe and get the semen out. Apparently, the semen can leave presence and cause the odor. I guess when your vagina responds to it, it can cause a smell. So you should definitely urine, maybe wipe, because you're not gonna want to hop in the shower every time. So maybe
Yeah, 'cause
wipe.
sis, I go right to sleep.
But that's
Yeah.
for the people who do like unprotected sex, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, because the semen won't get inside.
But
Yeah, if
you
you
know
haven't
what?
protected sex, you're not going to, except for like if you have oral sex with somebody who you just, like my friend, she was just messed up. So can you tell us about the different products you offer and like the blend?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the V-Steam, it's a blend of herbs that I personally pick out the herbs and blend them myself. I don't have like a garden, but I do purchase them from an herbal company. So I choose the ones I want and I blend them at home and I sell them. So I have a blend of herbs that's over 20 herbs. So it ranges from calendula, rose petals. I use basil, oregano, lavender, milkwort, motherwort. Like the list goes on. So I have a list on my website too.
Okay.
I also have a feminine care wash, like a feminine wash. I have skincare products. I also have a couple of teas on my website, one for a full body detox and one for a womb detox. So it's more like a feminine detox.
It's a tea, though,
It's a tea
that you
drink.
drink? Oh, so what does
And-
that detox?
It helps with cramps, similar to the benefits of the V-Steam, but some girls have like an IUD or whatever the reasons they can't V-Steam. So it's like another way of detoxing your vagina and your uterine area and your reproductive system.
And what are some of the reasons women shouldn't be steamed, since you mentioned
Shouldn't.
that?
You shouldn't be steamed if you have an IUD, if you're pregnant, and if you're on birth control, you may want to check with your doctor first. And I think those, and if your period is on.
Okay.
If your period is physically on, you shouldn't do it.
Enjoy it. Okay.
And did you bring us anything today?
I sure did. I brought each
How
of
did
you
you know?
some gifts.
I seen some bags. Being nosy.
One for you.
Thank you.
For you.
Oh, this is cute too.
Oh, I got
Thank
the
you.
womb detox tea.
So it's the womb detox tea and some V-Steam herbs.
So does that make you fertile?
Yes, it can.
This
Only-
smells so. Smell your bag,
It does smell good.
right?
Aw.
It does.
So
So
that,
I would. Oh, the instructions are in here.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, I would definitely do this. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Make sure you guys get your womb care.
Oh,
all of
I
her
do
products,
have
and we're gonna
the
list
womb detox
her website
and
below.
wellness tea.
Zippers, your price list for your products is on here. This is so affordable. Are you guys seeing the prices for
Yes.
these things? You have to check out Brittany. This is crazy. A V-Steam, one V-Steam actual package home is only $10.
Yes.
Listen, if y'all don't get this V-Steam right now and stop playing, please, it is necessary.
It is. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is so affordable. So there is no reason why nobody should be walking around smelling like fish. All right? So please catch this V-Steam for $10.
That's right.
Yes.
Steven Spielberg's porn actress daughter, jailed in Nashville, are the latest headlines all over the blogs and news outlets. 23-year-old Michaela Spielberg is being charged for domestic violence. Her fiancé, who is 47, made a statement regarding the incident to the news, stating that it was just a misunderstanding. Ladies, why is it that kids who are privileged to have a better life choose the alternative lifestyles?
So this reminds me of Laurence Fishburne's daughter because she did porn as well.
What?
Yes, that was her choice. That's what she wanted to do. Her father didn't speak to her. But as far as why privileged kids go into those type of alternative lifestyles, I feel like they have the freedom and time to explore themselves and know what they want at a younger age.
That's true. I actually agree with that. I feel like them having access to pretty much everything through their rich parents kind of gives them this limitless mentality and perspective, and they're kind of like free, like you said. And when you free your mind, you know, you can kind of go off the rails. You kind of have to constrict yourself and have some form of morals and values that you wake up and live by. But when you know my daddy can get me this, you know, it's just your brain isn't different. So you might just wake up and say, I want to be a porn star just for fun. So I think that's why those privileged kids wake up and do random things like this.
It's an unfortunate situation. I believe it's kind of like they don't know themselves, and especially she was adopted. So, you know, we always hear these stories about adopted children where they don't know their true identity, so they go off the rails.
Yep.
They try to find who they are, and the fact that she looks mixed, she's black.
Okay.
Or mixed. Or
Right.
I know she has some black in her, so it's just like, then you're adopted by rich Caucasian people. So you're surrounded by predominantly white people, so you don't know where to fit in.
Yep.
So I feel like that played a part, and then you always want to rebel.
Right.
Like, so
Yeah,
you always
that's
want to
the
get
word,
into
rebel.
mischief and shake up things. That's
Right.
just the attitude about it when you rebel, when you feel like you're trying to search for yourself. Or this is what I want. She's 23 dating a 47-year-old. What could y'all possibly have in common? Or I just feel like that's a manipulated situation, but obviously she's doing the beating, the abuse. So I don't know what's going on.
That's crazy.
This situation is very, it's uncommon. Well, I'm not going to say it's uncommon. It's mind-boggling, I should say. But I think the real gag is that her family is okay with it.
What?
Listen, let me tell y'all something.
White people just crazy.
And God forget. Listen, what is wrong with these people? Because I promise you, I would have been.
Be free.
Yeah, sis, you're not being free because I'm going to beat that right out of you. I'm going to beat you until you're not wanting to do porn no more. And I don't care because they say sometimes even with, you know, getting beatings and whoopings and it's not going to change it. I'm whooping you because I don't know why I got billions of dollars. I can give you anything in the world. You're able to make touch. Listen, think about this. Billions. You're able, think about something that you really want in life. She is able to get that. Anything that she wants.
Maybe it's a self-esteem issue. Maybe she doesn't feel wanted by men or other people.
Well, there was something where she said that she, in the blogs, it was stated that she said, I'm finally comfortable with my body. I'm exuberating her or expressing her sexuality or listen, even her sister, they have a sister who the older sister who said that, you know, if she likes having sex, allow her to, you know, white people are different. God forgive. They just different because she said, well, if she wants to explore her sexual lifestyle, allow her to say. She even said that she's willing to do porn with her.
Really?
I think her name was Michaela Spielberg. Yeah, just fan on that one because it really, it's mind-boggling. And I don't know, maybe it's because I don't have billions of dollars and I would look at this in so many different ways. Like, no, I'm not going to allow myself. You know, your parents are very prestigious. What are you doing?
Do you think the money would change your perspective on?
I don't. Why do people let money make them all of a sudden no morals?
Because I feel like that's the devil's playground. Like, and when you feel like you're above certain things,
That's true.
So it's just like, if you don't have no foundation or morality towards certain
and
things,
you get rich,
or
wow,
you just let anything fly. That drink good,
So
right?
is the drink, the drink is
A
good?
nice drink is everything.
It's
You see
very
how my
good.
work done.
It's very
I
good.
it's so
You
good.
sipping a lot over there. You okay? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. With having access to that type of money, I just feel like there's so much more that she could be doing. You could be making an impact in this world. You know, your parents are very prestigious. You have a lot of things that you can offer, and here it is. You just want to do porn.
Yep.
You know, they say the porn industry is honestly very
Lucrative.
not necessarily, well, it is lucrative, but they said it's very safe. Like, in order to get into the porn industry, you have to go through a series of STDs. Like, it's very safe.
Gotcha.
I didn't. Hey, Prep looking at me like, sis, well, I'm not trying porn, so I'm not trying to sell you on it.
I'm just saying, I don't even think she's thinking about being safe. She
Right.
want to explore her body. Well, why can't you explore? This is the thing. When people say certain things to make it seem okay for what they're doing, you're exploring your body. Why can't you explore your body with one person?
Right.
Why do you have to do it on camera in front of everybody? Like, what are you getting out of that? What are you in search for? There's always an underlying issue there.
I think it made sense. You know, when you're saying that, it really makes sense what, you know, Ms. Shimmery said. It has to be some sort of,
Self-esteem.
it only makes sense.
And every person or everything I watch on TV where it's a African American child, whether it be half black or fully African American, they get adopted by these Caucasian people. And if you don't never have that representation of what it is to be an African American, they never experience what it is. So then you lose their identity because they know they're different, because you can't erase the color off of them.
Right.
So they live this life and they don't really fit in with these people because, you know, if you get it at work, these little slick comments about, you know, your hair or how you dress or how you talk, come on. So I'm pretty sure that young lady is dealing with certain things like that. And I don't know. Well, I'm just on the outside looking in. They maybe have to have that, but I doubt it.
Ladies, you know what? I want to kind of say something based off what you said. Y'all ever wonder why Caucasian? Sippers, if you're Caucasian, please leave a comment below, because I really need to know that. I really want to understand why Caucasian people always want to adopt black kids.
Well, Sandra Bullock. No, it was the lady off of Sex and the City. Not Miranda. Miranda was with the orange hair. The one who was married, who couldn't have kids. She actually adopted. That was like kind of her real story, because she actually on the show, but no, in real life, she actually adopted black children, and she was on the Red Table Talk explaining why, because you know, Jada Pinkett, her mom is very like, why are you adopting black children? I just that never sit well with me. She don't, Grammy don't mind.
Right.
So she basically was like, she didn't even see it that way. She just seen it as children who needed a home, and I needed that. But then she said she had to realize that, okay, these kids are different from me, and I have to incorporate that into their lifestyle, having the black experience.
You know who else is getting bashed? Who's getting bashed for that though? Charlize Theron. You know her? She's an actress. She played in the movie with Vivica Fox, like the Kill Bill movies.
Okay.
She adopted 2 black kids. She adopted a boy and a girl. But she said at the age of 3, the boy said he's a girl. And so, like, he's like 4 or 5, and she dresses him like a girl.
That sounds like an agenda.
So a lot of people are like, this is what happened when white people adopt black kids. Like, they bashing her. Like, why you adopted them kids in the first place?
Adopted, and now you confusing them.
People are really upset with her. So now she says she has 2 daughters.
I just, you know, I think it's so hard, you know, for her to say that, you saying that she said she didn't realize, you realize, honey, listen, these are black children, so the hair is different. Why go through that whole scenario? There's a lot of white kids that need to be adopted. Why adopt a black, just like what you said, Britt, I think it's a
black
hidden
kids
agenda.
are the least likely to be adopted.
Yeah.
They are. Black kids, statistically, they age out of the system.
I've heard that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with them adopting black children. It's just
Incorporating
incorporating the culture. Because if you don't, it's just like you do have an agenda. Were you trying to make them a
Think
football
so.
player or something?
What you got?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I
like the
watched a movie
Sandra
like
Bullock
that.
movie. Remember Sandra Bullock?
After that movie, she did adopt 2 black children.
Sandra
She
Bullock
did?
Yeah,
sure
she
did.
did.
Yep.
I don't feel like it's an agenda.
But I really like her. I feel like she understands. Once you understand,
Yeah.
and it's a teaching moment, and that's what at Red Table Talk they were teaching her, like, you have to incorporate it. It's so important to get connected because sometimes they don't want to ask, or they're too scared to ask, or they probably feel uncomfortable. But reach out.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. You'll never know.
But
You have
also, once the kids get to a certain age, they are gonna search for that.
That's true.
They're gonna want answers, and they're gonna be out searching for it.
and then they might end up on somebody's porn site.
So you think because of this?
You know what? She did not do porn because of that.
That was a reach.
That was a reach.
It
An
was.
identity crisis for sure.
She said it was.
That was definitely a reach. That definitely was a reach.
But I'm just saying the extreme of them not knowing themselves
Can lead to a series of different things.
Yeah, a series of different things.
Absolutely.
We would love to keep the tea spilling, but unfortunately we're running out of time. But you can keep the conversation going by leaving your comments below and on Facebook and Instagram at Cocktails and Conversations.
Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you Wednesday night at 8 p.m. for Cocktails and Conversations with the Twist.
Good night.